Balancing hope with reality. Hey everyone, I'm Matthew Cornwell with Get Taped here in Atlanta, Georgia, one of Atlanta's original audition taping services, which I co-own with my amazingly talented, beautiful wife, Brooke. Never gets old. And now on to our topic. Balancing hope with reality. So it's been on my heart the past few weeks to discuss this topic, but I just wasn't sure what my angle would be. Let's start by defining the problem. So many actors, particularly at the beginning of their career, but even veterans, are still clinging on to hope to the point that they're desperate. I distinctly remember over 20 years ago when I was first starting out having thoughts like, if I could just get a chance to show him how good I am, Spielberg will hire me for that lead role. Or some variety of that wish or hope. And I wasn't good, mind you, and I certainly wasn't ready for that big of an opportunity, and I had done nothing to deserve it. And if I had just kept hoping for opportunity to come knocking, well, then I'd probably still be at that exact same point in my career right now. But when the reality of the industry and how it works became more and more apparent to me, well, then I started to double down on my training and my work ethic so that if Spielberg ever did come knocking, then I'd be ready for it. And in full disclosure, I still don't know if I'm ready. But I'm not saying to get rid of hope and just focus on reality. No, because then you'll become cynical, negative, and you'll burn out. Many times over the past 20 plus years of my career, I've been close to that place of burnout. You start to give up because you see all the politics and nepotism that are preventing you from succeeding. And you start to develop this narrative that you tell yourself in your mind that becomes your reality. And it just makes you no fun to be around. So in short, it's about finding that balance between keeping hope alive and yet being realistic about expectations. But I realize there's another problem hiding behind this one that makes it hard to keep that balance. And to explain it, I'll reference our premarital counselor, Bruce, and an acronym he used to use called LAWS, L-A-W-S. It stands for love, acceptance, worth, and security. These four words are one way of looking at the ingredients to a fulfilling life. We long to feel love from those around us, our spouse, ourself, etc. We want to feel accepted by those who are closest to us or that we work with. We desire to feel worthy in all of our life's endeavors and to feel that our contribution to the world is not only seen and accepted, but rewarded. And we yearn to feel secure in who we are. If we can check all four of those boxes in one way or another, we're kind of set for life. Kinda. It really depends on the source of these nice sounding words. So where do you look for your laws, your love, acceptance, worth, and security? If any of these are coming from the industry, stop before it's too late. The industry is not built to give you any of these. Let me explain. The industry will not love you. It will tease you, but then it will turn on you. It's great for one-night stands, i.e. those one-day bookings, but rarely does that turn into a long-term relationship. And when it does, i.e. a recurring role or a series regular, even that will end without any notice possibly. And the industry will have no remorse. It will have no love for you. The industry does not care to accept you. Sure, certain individuals and even entire productions may accept you. You may feel that acceptance, but it can be fleeting, just like the love, and it's never reliable. After 20 plus years, I could say that less than 50% of the time do I feel accepted when I'm on set. Now, if I have multiple days, that usually changes and I do feel more accepted, but not always. And more broadly, the industry is not there to accept you as a person, a storyteller, brilliant, talented. No, you need to find that feeling of acceptance elsewhere. Your worth should definitely not be tied up in this industry. The moment you let it, you will be made to feel worthless. If I based my worth on my booking ratio, for instance, I would have gone insane years and years ago. It's not good. This industry should never define your worth. You need to get that from somewhere else too. Your security is also not the industry's responsibility, both financial, but also in how you feel secure about yourself. If you're generally an insecure person, this industry will only exacerbate that. Sure, there will be moments where the industry will boost your confidence, but then it gets ripped away just as fast. Speaking from experience. So as you can see, there's a theme here. First, assuming that you agree that these laws are essential to a fulfilling life, you will then also agree that the industry is fantastic at giving them to us temporarily, but with no regularity or dependability, and certainly with no longevity. Well, this has been kind of a downer, Matt. What's the solution? Well, if you truly feel impacted by this discussion, then I would invite you to seek out your own counselor. Therapy can be great to investigating where you're placing your love, acceptance, worth, and security, and realizing the pitfalls of that. You see, spoiler alert, the secret is that no one person or persons can fulfill these needs for you. You have to find that within. Now, if you're a religious person like me, then you already know where your laws come from. Even then, this industry will do its darndest to keep you dependent on it for that love, acceptance, worth, and security. But once you identify this problem, it helps you recalibrate yourself to be more self-sufficient, and it changes the way you look at hope. Hope becomes that positive feeling about the possibility of the unknown. It can actually be creative fuel if it stays healthy. But if that hope starts to turn to desperation, it's time to recalibrate again. And your relationship to reality just becomes more about information. In other words, as you learn more about the industry, you understand the machine better. And the more you start to see it as an inanimate machine, as opposed to a lover, the easier it is to navigate it throughout your career. So to sum up, don't lose hope. But also, don't lose sight of the reality of this industry either. Instead, focus on yourself and your relationship to the industry to make sure you're not receiving your love, acceptance, worth, and security from it. Now, this is actually a really deep topic, and I am certainly no licensed psychologist or psychiatrist or therapist. But if you want to continue the discussion, please add a comment below or email us. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on set.